All right, girl. So we is up in here.
Hello, hello, hello. Hey, hi, hello, everybody.
I know. Hey, hi, hello. You crack me up with that. I love it when my baby K Rock do it in the background when he in the car.
Yes. All right, so welcome to Auntys After Dark. I am Noir Tat, and we have our beautiful, beautiful Donna, as we all call her, Aunty Donna. My little one calls her Aunty Adonna. I don't know where he got that extra A, but we roll with it. So tonight, or this shadow on this episode, we're going to be getting to know our host. So I'm going to ask Donna questions, and then she's going to turn around and ask me questions. If y'all know what I know, you would always want to catch these lives just because you have no idea how connected and how deep our chemistry goes. Like, you don't know what's gonna come up, okay? And neither do we. So we gonna be surprised. You gonna be surprised. So come and sit down. Grab your tea or whatever. I got my cup right here. This is my Care Bear. Uh huh.
And I have
So
my yes queen.
yeah, we live.
See, that's what you get on live right there.
Right.
Just just walk on through.
That part. So tonight, as I stated, we are going to be getting to know one another, or shall I say, you beautiful people in the audience are getting to know your two hosts tonight, or this shadow. So I have some questions. Okay. First of all,
Here we go.
hey Auntie Donna, how are
Yay.
you?
You know what? I am doing amazingly productive this evening.
Okay.
I didn't started back to school. I'm on campus and everything. So it's pretty freaking dope.
Congratulations.
Thank you, girl. It's something different, I'll tell you that. I laugh because every class there has been someone who has connected to me, like the Auntie Donna spirit in me just connected. They come sit next to me or they start talking to me. So it's a
Mhm.
beautiful thing.
I bet it is. I love it. I love it. So, congratulations on starting school
Thank you.
and completing a journey that you started. That is a very big, big commitment and milestone. So, I'm proud of you. That's
Thank
awesome
you.
because I ain't trying to go back to school.
It's a It's funny because a couple of people was like, "Girl, go ahead and do your thing, because it ain't me, honey. You do your thing." And I'm like, "I'm gonna do it. I'm doing it for us.
Yes.
So we in
Yes,
this
please.
together."
Thank you. Yes, please. Thank you. Okay. All right. So, because we don't want to keep y'all forever and ever. I mean, we don't mind. However, we're going to go ahead and get started with these questions. So I would like to know first and foremost, how open are you to answering these questions? Like, what's off limits? Because,
I'm an open book. I've always been an open book, so I'm not ashamed. If you ask, I'm going to answer. That's the best way that I could put it. What do they say? You don't
we're
know
not,
if you
we're
don't
not, we're
ask.
not pleading. Yeah, you don't. First of all, there's the only dumb questions are the ones that you don't ask.
Absolutely.
And then two, you don't know unless you ask.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Absolutely. So,
And
I
don't
mean,
ask unless you really want to know.
that part is you gonna be throwing disclaimers because you know how when spirit hit me and I'd be like, disclaimer, huh?
Listen, those happen when we least expect them. So I haven't heard disclaimer yet. That doesn't mean it's not coming. Spirit get on us anytime. You know how this work. You know how this work. So okay.
Not just me.
My first question, because what we're wanting to do is get to know you from the stuff that's not online.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, because I mean, you do your research, they can figure out that stuff. But I want our family online to know who they're coming to sit with every evening. Okay,
Okay.
all right.
Okay.
So who is Donna when nobody needs anything from her?
Okay, so when no one needs anything from me, even when I make it that way, because I will unplug in a heartbeat. People do know that about me. That is in my personal circle. They know I will unplug. So who
And I
am I
be
when
want
I'm
to tell you stuff.
okay? So who am I when I am unplugged from the world?
Yes.
I am a TV binging, snack eating, laying around naked and happy in my own skin, beautiful soul. I sing to myself. I will do self-care. The main things is, honey, I will be in my bed. Oh, baby, I can bed rock when I want to, where I literally will lay in that bed and I have an adjustable bed. So I will sit that bad baby up so that I can eat and don't get heartburn and flip through the channels, find me a binge watch, baby, and not think about nothing. Like that's who Donna is when nobody needs me. Yes. Hmm.
Okay, I
That's
get it. I get it.
true Taurus. I'm a true Taurus in that form.
Okay, that is definitely something I think a lot of people are kind of like that when nobody needs them. I think it's kind of like I'm trying to be in the bed, rubbing my feet together while I watch something crazy on TV. Like,
Yes.
I
And
think that's
I
probably everybody's thing to do.
and I have a weird like little I love Lifetime movies. So I'll sit there and I'll watch a whole bunch of Lifetime movies. I'll watch Tubi movies. Girl, little ratchet shows like All the Queensmen. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
look at you. Thank you so much for sharing that. So we now know that when you unplugged, we automatically know she binge watching something and she in the bed eating some snacks.
Absolutely.
And speaking of snacks, she hooked me up to this thing called jackfruit chips, and I'm absolutely over the top and looking for them. Okay, I put out a on these damn chips.
Okay,
So
because you know one thing about me is I'm gonna find the exotic snacks, honey. They talk about some snacks that I'm gonna find them and I'm gonna introduce you to them and I'm gonna eat them up, honey.
yes,
Yes.
yes, they were good. All right, so
Not the giggle.
no, like, cause I gotta read the questions as I see what I really want to ask.
I'm having a personal summer, so don't mind me.
Hey, it happens. If I met you 10 years ago, what would that Donna warn me about for this Donna today?
So if you would have met me 10 years ago, well, you know what's ironic? If you would have met me 10 years ago, you would have met a sad, trying to figure out what the fuck is going on. 10 years ago, I was celebrating another milestone, which was 40, and 40 scared the shit out of me.
Mm,
I had all kinds of crazy thoughts in my head when it came to 40. And then, ironically, 40 is also when I lost my mommy. So,
mm,
10 years ago, I would have been a grieving, disconnected, not really caring, pouring all of my grief into liquor and weed. So, the warning label would have been proceed with caution because this chick can go from 0 to 100. I was not one of the happiest people either. So if you did one thing that was probably like this big, it probably would have turned into this big for me. So yeah, I wasn't a good person 10 years ago. I
okay,
wasn't in the best place. I was in the dark place 10 years ago.
okay. Well, condolences on mommy. I didn't know you then, but knowing you now, I love the person that I have met. And I know that something this small can actually stay this small while you process it. And it's beautiful. Like it's amazing to see. I'm going to say it's amazing to see your growth based off of what you just told me and from the person that I know.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Absolutely, absolutely. So you're doing your thing. It's amazing.
Thank
Let's
you.
see. Okay, what's something that you've accomplished that looks like success from the outside? However, it actually came from one of the most painful seasons in your life.
The Healing Out Loud movement. Yeah, the Healing Out Loud movement where people are like, just to see people now, like I have people that's like actually coming to me and saying that they want Healing Out Loud tattoos.
Wow.
I see people saying, I'm healing out loud too, like even in their posts and stuff like that. And so it's pretty dope to see that. To me, that's success because people see, they hear me, but that thing was birthed from pain, deep, 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 deep rooted pain. I had to allow myself to be seen to even bring forth the Healing Out Loud movement. I battled really, really tough because I did not want people to know what I was going through. One of the main things that kind of broke me and what started me even getting on to tell my story is that I was secretly battling so many things with dealing with the behaviors of my daughter, that a lot of people did not know on the outside. Like, all they saw was the YouTube videos and the happy pictures and stuff, and their favorite auntie, and oh, Donna loves the kids and all that. However, they didn't know that behind closed doors, I was dealing with so much. I was dealing with the behaviors of my child and relationships that was just what the hell type thing. Like it was a lot going on. And so yeah, Healing Out Loud to me is a success. However, it was one of the most painful moments in my life to be able to get online for the first time. I cried. I fought and fought. And when I released the first story of telling people what I had really been going through, that was the most painful moment in my life. It felt like my damn soul was being snatched out of my body as I was talking about it.
Mm.
Like, because I did not, it was a sense of embarrassment and ultimate vulnerability. And I was not used to being vulnerable. I was used to being the person that everybody was vulnerable with because I was helping everybody else. So for someone to know that I was going through, it was kind of shaky for me. So yeah.
Thank you for that transparency. That's very honest. That's very, very honest. A lot of people don't realize how vulnerable you really have to be
Hmm.
just to hit play
Yeah.
on the thing. And not even just, I mean, you have you it's scary to go live,
Yeah.
but do you realize that it's even more scary? And maybe it's just me. It's more scary to go just to record myself because I feel like a million eyes are watching me while I'm recording. You know what I mean? And I'm not even live. I get to be I mean, you can still be your authentic self when you're recording.
Right.
It just seems like, I don't know if maybe it's because I can stop it and redo it. You know what I
Hmm.
mean?
Hmm.
And and even with that, you still have to be humble and you still have to be okay with what you're going to share. However,
Right.
when you do lives like this,
Ain't no
once
telling.
you say it. You know what I mean?
Right.
And like it's coming, and that's
And it's
it.
out there. That's the
And it's
thing.
out
It's
there.
out there.
It's out there, and you never know
Yeah.
what you're going to reveal, or even to yourself or to anybody else that could help them in their healing process as well. So
Hmm.
I commend you on that for,
Thank you.
stepping into that space and
Yeah.
creating, the child, I hear arena. So creating the arena. Yeah. All right, spirit. See, there you go. And I ain't even have to give you no disclaimer. That one bad.
I know, right? That just came right on. You
Yeah.
know what? And for you to say that is, it kind of falls in line. Like a lot of times when I get the little, like on Facebook and Instagram, they'll tell you like how many times your reel has been viewed or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And it amazes me every single time when I get into the Ks, and 1K, 2K, 3K people. And I'm like, oh my God, 3,000 people then looked at me. Oh, like, I still get butterflies where most people be like, heck yeah, 3,000 people. And I'm more like, oh shit. Like, yo, 3,000 people listening to me. Oh, like, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it hits different for me, and I feel like that's what makes me stand out from other people, where I know that it is really coming from a place of where my spirit is saying, hey, this is it, and where my spiritual team is backing it. Because it is every single time something happens, and whether I get 2 views or 22K. I feel the same because somebody is seeing me and listening to me. So,
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Exactly. Okay. So, is there anybody that you've forgiven spiritually? However, you still wouldn't let them in your damn house?
so absolutely, it's a list. What you mean, girl? First of all, I am a true tourist. Hold on, baby. What? A person? No, it's a list. It's a list of people, honey. Listen, I will forgive, no doubt, and I will still show those same people love. Like if I
Mm-hmm.
seen them out in the street or whatever, it's not like I'm gonna be like F that hoe, anything like that. Big on my phone because I was supposed to put that on Do Not Disturb. I'm not like that in that sense.
Mm-hmm.
However, nah, it's like you ain't coming back. You ain't
Right.
coming through you're not coming to my house. Like you won't be able to come through my doors. That is not about to happen at all. Like you're not even invited to the cookout.
I'm so right. I
It-
feel that. I feel that. Damn, I can't even get a plate. I
Nah,
get it.
mm-mm,
I get
nah.
it. Absolutely.
Nah, yeah,
Can't
and
front.
and I ain't gonna front, it's a list of people. It's a list, and it's people, and honestly, it's people who I have outgrown too. You know what I'm saying? Like they did things at the level that I was at,
You're right.
and now that I have outgrown them, I know for sure that they won't match my energy at all. So why even put myself through that to allow you into my space to where now I'm cleansing my space for a whole month later because of that lingering energy. And nah, no.
Absolutely.
Love you at a distance. Yeah, I got a list of those.
Yes, ma'am. Hmm.
Mhm. Yeah.
And adding to said list because
And will.
as we grow and we evolve, we learn who we have to walk away from,
Hmm.
in spirit tales, you know what I
Hmm.
mean? So learning
Yes,
how
ma'am.
to really listen to that. Yeah.
Hmm.
Okay.
Andy, I'm pretty sure
Exactly.
my list gonna be even bigger in the next
Right.
10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years. And it don't mean that I don't love those people because I will always
Exactly.
continue to love them. They just don't have a place inside my home.
That you know what? Care Bear said we should drink.
Okay.
Mhm.
See.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Okay. Let me see. So, this is a question about your sobriety.
Okay.
So, when you removed the whatever vices or whatever that you partook in, what did you discover about yourself that you had actually been trying not to feel?
Processing my grief. And that's different levels. A lot of times when people hear me saying grief, they automatically think it's the grief of losing my mom. I was actually grieving parts of me that I lost as well along the way. When I am known as your auntie, favorite auntie, Aunty Donna couldn't do certain things. And I would grieve behind those because I'm a big ass flirt. Like when I first moved down here, I was getting into clubs by showing my titties. So like, yeah, I mean, it is what it is. And
Mhm.
then, when I started, being this caregiver, like I've always been a caregiver, always been nurturing and stuff like that, and always separated the two. I was being told by so many people that I couldn't be sexy. I couldn't, do certain things. And, oh, you have this image to uphold. Even so much that when I published my book, the publisher told me that I couldn't be Aunty Donna anymore. And so, yeah, like, oh, you need to drop the auntie. You're an author now, so you're author Donna. And so
I don't like it.
I didn't either. And so, but it was crazy because I always wanted to be an author. So because I always wanted to be a published author, I literally was like, oh my God, I have to lose this part of me that's all I've known all my life. So I was dealing with so many different levels of grief because
Mhm.
I was trying so hard to fit into this author Donna image that I was grieving the loss of Auntie Donna. And then at the same time, I retired from Auntie Donna's house. So I'm no longer like I'm always Auntie Donna, but I didn't have that Aunty Donna business to go to, and the babies and everything. So I was grieving that. I was grieving the loss of the bond between my daughter and I because her behaviors had created such a wedge. So it was so many things that I was grieving that it was easy for me to pour into the or pour out the bottle and put it in my body or roll
Mm-hmm.
it up and smoke it up, you know. And so once I had stopped with those, I was faced with that. So I was faced with the part of me that was running. I have to laugh because a partner of mine played that song for me. She's a runner, she's a track star.
Mm-hmm.
I laughed when I first heard it and was like, like seriously, really, that's what you're gonna do? And then and it's funny because when I became sober, those words meant something different to me because I realized that I was a runner and a track star because I was running away from all of the things and not really just stopping myself to process. I was not processing. So yeah, that is a part of me that, yeah, yeah, that's a part of me, honey, that was in the bottle and rolled up in my rose wraps.
Okay, okay. So I'm hearing that somewhere along the line you had to learn to integrate all parts of you,
Yes.
even without the substances.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So I had to realize that I embodied all of them. I embodied Auntie Donna. I embodied Mommy Donna. I embodied Sister Donna. I embodied Cousin Donna. I embodied like every single title there is
Mm,
all within me. Teenage Donna is in here. 21-year-old Donna is in here. Don Dika, which is my childhood name, she's in there. And so I had to embody every single one of them and realize that this is the woman that's in front of you today. Like I have that inner child where I can still play sorry and get competitive about it and talk junk and
mhm.
everything. And at the same time, I can write a grant. You know what I'm saying? Like that's who I am and that's who I embody. Auntie Donna who can play outside, and then I'm also Mommy Donna that's going to teach you a lesson and say, hey, this isn't right and this is what you're supposed to be doing or whatever. So yeah, and I could be girlfriend Donna. I ain't girlfriend Donna at the moment. However, girlfriend Donna. So it's like I'm all of those things. And I love that about me is because I am every woman.
Okay, come on, Shaka.
Okay. And I'm happy you said Shaka and
Yeah.
not Whitney, honey, because you got to know the originals. Yes.
Yes, yes. Okay, I love it. So, this is a motherhood question. So, is there any part of when you've been advocating for your daughter that actually changed the way that you had to advocate for yourself? Does that make sense?
Yes. Which is funny. So I am a family support partner with High Fidelity Wraparound. And when I was big on advocating for Angel, everybody know my daughter name. I was big on advocating for her, like making sure she had the right things in her IEP, making sure that her 504 accommodations was there, making sure she had the therapist, making sure that they wasn't trying to put her on medication and do all this crazy stuff. Like I was always advocating for all of it, making sure she stay in school, keeping her protected. Oh yeah, she may have kicked this desk, but yo, according to this, and this, I can't put her out of school. So I was advocating so much for her that when we got into the high fidelity wraparound program, one of the things that I realized, like, she's getting all these rewards for when she's doing it. What about me? Like, I'm putting in the work too. So it
Mm-hmm.
caused me to advocate for myself. And my family support partner at the time, she had to laugh because I was like, look, I think that I deserve a reward chart. Like I'm putting in work, so mommy should be rewarded too. Like y'all want me to do all these goals and everything like that. And that's when I started advocating for the caregivers. And that's what literally led to now with Healing Out Loud, why I'm so doggone passionate about compassion fatigue, which is for the
Mm-hmm.
caregivers, where they are pouring so much into everybody else and they're not pouring enough back into themselves. And being in that program where they were saying, oh, it's your voice and choice. And I'm like, all right, well, if it's my voice and choice, this is what I desire. If y'all gonna listen to me finally, then listen to me. And even when I started the program, they were like, oh, you more talking about the kid, the youth. What about you? And then that's what really sparked, like, if I can advocate for her like this, I need to advocate for myself too.
I love that. I love
Yeah.
that. You know how many people don't realize that they need to have those same things for them?
Mhm.
You
Mhm.
know, a lot of people, excuse me, a lot of people are in these family programs, and it's usually very much tailored to the children in the home. And they do forget about the parent
Mhm.
or parents if both, and if both are there. So that's amazing that you recognize that that was something that you needed
Mhm.
and then turn that into something like, hey, you need this too, because hey, like
Right.
what's going on with you? Like how you feeling and everything.
Hmm.
Because a lot of times as parents, we do get left out. It's always like, oh
Absolutely.
well, your child is doing this and this because of you. Well, damn it,
Right.
you
What
know why?
about me?
Because my black ass having a episode over here about something. I'm melting down in my bedroom that don't nobody know about, and ain't nobody
Right.
asking if I'm okay. Y'all just keep saying, "Are they all right?" Well, they
That
ain't
part.
gonna be all right if I ain't all right. So we just need to.
This need to be a joint effort, honey.
Absolutely,
Listen,
absolutely.
we
So
on this
damn it, if
journey
she get a
together.
star, I want a damn star too.
Absolutely. That's exactly how I felt. I was like, she's sitting over here getting coffee. Y'all taking her out. What the hell up with me? What's up with me?
That
And I
part.
mean, I'm telling you right now, my family support partners started loving me because I was like, I don't want to be in this house. I don't want you coming to my house. Like, I was already particular about people coming to the house. I was like, I don't even want you coming to the house. Let's meet out. And it got to a point where we were meeting out with self-care.
Mm-hmm.
Baby, let's meet out, get our nails done. Let's meet out and do this. Let's do a few other things. I don't want to run my mouth too much because I don't know who's gonna be watching and be like, oh, that's what they was doing. So, but we met out in the community.
Hey, you did what needed to be done to help the whole
Absolutely.
person, which
Yeah.
is what we all do in the fields that we're in. It's about helping
Yes.
the whole person, not just a
Yeah.
section of. You know what I
That
mean?
part right
So
there.
I love
Yeah.
it. I love it. So, okay, we're gonna go into relationships.
Shit. Okay.
Okay, so relationships and dating, because we all know that the dating pool is contaminated with E. coli and spinach dip. Okay.
Not the spinach dip. Look, I don't even eat spinach dip.
No, I mean,
I'm dairy free, so I ain't even eating the spinach dip,
see,
honey.
you gotta stay out of certain areas then. So, so that's what we're going into the relationship part. Okay.
Okay.
So, what's the biggest red flag that you've ever painted green? Because, baby, that man was fine as shit. Because I think we've all done it.
Not I painted it green. Girl sure did painted it earth green too at that. Try to stabilize it and all that. I would say probably the biggest red flag that I saw was inconsistency.
Mm,
Yeah,
that's a big one.
inconsistency. And I painted it as a green flag because I tied it back to myself as, well, I'm not always available. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
And looked at it like, well, they ain't answering their phone every single time I call, but I don't do it either. So, kind of putting it on myself or whatever, where I know that this person was just inconsistent, but baby, in other areas it was like you consistent there, so it don't even matter. Right, just that I would say that that is one of the biggest ones. And then the other one is baby back in the day, I loved the thug, honey. I would paint all kinds of green flags to them. They got a record, it's okay. We're all forgiven under God. You know,
You know what?
it's okay. It's okay. It is okay. Because have you seen him, honey?
That part. Okay. So with that,
You say he robbed somebody. No, that was not my baby. I don't even know why y'all playing. That was not my baby. No, because he told me that he was not there.
I was like, it's okay. We're all forgiven under God. You know what? God be like, why you
Now you
playing?
know better. Look,
Why you playing though?
right. I'm
Oh
giving
my
you a
gosh,
red flag and you still trying to make it green, girl. Stop.
that part. Okay, so with that, let me see. Oh, this is a good one. Have your standards gotten higher, or have you simply just stopped negotiating against yourself?
Oh, good one. Have I stopped negotiating against myself? No, I have not stopped negotiating against myself. What I have done is realize that if I'm not getting reciprocal relationships, then I don't want it.
Okay.
So that's what it is for me. Like, I recognize in areas where, yes, things can get busy. Like, I could be dating someone or talking, I would say talking to someone, and 2 days could have gone past because I'm so into what I'm doing because I have so many different coals in the fire and burning at the same time. And
Mm-hmm.
in flight, So there are times where I can take a step back and be like, oh my God, I have not, reached out to this person, and understanding that this person is on the same path of productivity. Now, I'm not going to say busyness, I'm going to say productivity
Oh yeah, because
because it's
two
a big
different things.
difference. It is two different things because you could be
Absolutely.
busy. I could say I'm busy and I'm sitting over here scrolling.
Mm-hmm.
Productive is when I'm producing and you can see that I'm actually doing things, and that's the same way. So when it comes to that, like, I don't be like, oh well, he ain't reach out to me, so I'm not going to reach out to him. I give what I desire back, so I reach out to that person, and not just be like, well, they forgot about me type thing.
Mm-hmm.
Another thing is standard wise. Yes, I have raised my standards because I am an absolute goddess. I am an absolute queen. By me healing out loud, I am dropping that masculine that is saying you got to do it all. I have dropped that whole I could do it myself because I'm an independent woman. You know what? At the end of the day, yes, I may be an independent woman, but I am a woman. And a
Yep.
woman deserves to have the door open up for her. A woman deserves to be a passenger princess. A woman deserves that, walk me to my car and make sure that I'm safe. Not because you know that I'm a strong woman. Nah, like, strong women need that care too. So because I soften up the way that I treat myself, I get that treatment when I'm out now. And I do believe that the energy you give out is what you get back. So when I was being hardcore Donnie baby and doing all this stuff, I was getting those hardcore knuckleheads. That's what I was putting out there. And now, because I am softening up for myself and even giving myself softer treatment, I find I'll pull up to the gas station, and the next thing you know, and you didn't witness it, it's a guy that's coming to try to pump my gas for me. Oh, you don't need to be pumping your gas. I didn't have to ask, it just happened. So that's where I know that I have raised my standards for myself with what I have given myself with my self-love.
I love it. I love it. And you actually answered. It wasn't a question I was going to ask you. I just happened to be reading it and then you answered it. So I'm going to read this question to you. It says, what's one dating rule the internet keeps repeating that you think is complete bullshit? You answered it with so I'm independent and I don't need, and you answered that. I
Yeah.
was just like, well, she answered that one. We're going to.
Absolutely. Absolutely. These women want to be so independent, but then want a man to do all this stuff or whatever for them, and then get mad when the man is not doing it. Like, I get so mad when I see stuff where a man is on a date with a woman. And first of all, this whole recording and trying to capture every moment is dumb as hell.
Right.
Everybody
You
trying to go
missing the
viral.
actual date.
Exactly. And I've been seeing a lot of where it's like women go out on a date and then they demand for a man to pay for to go food because they want to feed their children at home or whatever, and then get mad when a man doesn't want to do it. First of all, he is not the father of them kids.
Correct.
And this is y'all first date. He ain't obligated to do none of that.
None of
Now,
that.
if he said, I want to take you and your kids out somewhere, that's a whole totally different ballgame. But if it's you and him, he is just getting to know you, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
You can tell about your kids, but honestly, your kids should not even be involved in a first date at all, other than, yes, I have kids or a kid, whatever, So if that's a problem, let's find out right now so we can part ways without even
Well,
investing
hell,
in
I
it.
would hope that we figure that shit out before we got to the date. If you,
Child, you know in
because the
today's
children
context,
ain't gonna just drop out the sky after we've been dating for 2 years. They don't just show
yeah,
up and be like, "Oh yeah, I got kids." By the way,
right. But you know
yeah.
how people are, sometimes people don't want to tell all of their business or whatever when they first meeting somebody. However, I have been seeing an increase where women are doing that, where they're like, oh yeah, you need to pay for my food, and then trying to embarrass the man and saying that the man is some horrible person because they won't feed their children at home. No, you're wrong.
Yeah, because why didn't you feed your babies before you went on that date?
Right. That
So
part.
we on a date and your baby's at home hungry.
Exactly. That's a problem for me. That's a
Hmm.
problem. And
I
I'm
ain't
not, I
painting
would
that
never date
flag
me like
green.
that.
I
It
ain't
don't,
painting that flag green.
yeah.
Not at all. We gonna no.
That's it. Yeah. Or these
Okay.
women that are demanding, like, oh, you take me to this high level restaurant the first time that we're going out on the first date, and you have to spend $600, $700 on me to show me that you care. That,
No,
no,
I don't. I don't
right,
like you. How about that? I don't
right.
even like you no more. If we
But you
gotta do
know,
all that.
right. And you know, that's actually a woman walking in her masculine. Because if you're really truly walking in your feminine energy, that man is going to choose what level of experience he wants to give you. You don't have to demand it at all. So that's what
She popped the fan on y'all. I'm
yeah,
gonna drink from the
that's it.
carrot.
That's it right there.
Okay, that was a word.
Uh-huh.
We wasn't even at church right then, and she took us there. Well, I love it. Thank you, Pastor Collection Plate Place. That was a word. So, and I do agree. I have seen some doozies out here on the internet with some stuff. I was just like, are you serious?
Yeah.
Like, okay, totally off, not off script, however, but kind of. So, one of the things I just seen recently,
Mm-hmm.
screenshot of a chick asking this guy to sell his car to help
Yeah, I
her
seen that.
mother get surgery. And I reposted it because it pissed me off, and he wasn't mad enough for me. That's how I feel. He wasn't mad enough. You know what I'm saying? Because I was like, what does him selling his car have to do with helping your mama get surgery? First of all, see, I got questions because how long she been needing this surgery? And what kind of surgery she need that requires me to sell my shit? I don't even know her. And we not married. And even if we was, Nick, I'm thinking about whether I want to sell my car for my own mama to have some surgery. So don't be, because I need my car. What are we talking about?
Right. Right.
So,
That part.
and she was mad and called him names and stuff. And I'm like, he wasn't upset enough for me. And why
He
she
didn't have
wasn't
to be.
blocked, I don't even know.
You know what? He didn't have to be because he know that he dodged a bullet. Like people will show themselves, and I don't need to get mad once you show yourself because now I
Correct.
know, and it's gonna make it even easier for me to walk away from you. I ain't even got time to waste my energy being mad at you, honey. I
Yeah.
ain't. Okay, you want me to sell my car for your mom's surgery? Are you mad? Oh, okay. Well, stay mad, boo boo, because my car is where it is, and unfortunately, I will send some healing energy toward look. Unfortunately, I'm not selling you my car, but I'll send some healing energy towards your mama though.
Listen, my auntie used to say, "I'll pray for you." That's what she said. So there you go. Okay. Alrighty. So let me see. Accountability. Has anybody ever placed a boundary with you and it hurt your feelings, but ultimately you realized that they were right?
You know what? In this growth stage that I'm in, yes, I can admit to that. Some years ago, I didn't respect nobody boundaries because who is you to try to tell me? And you were never right. I was always right because I'm Mrs. Always Right. However, now I do see it from different angles and stuff. And yes, people have placed boundaries and I respect them. You know what I mean? Like I respect them now and I hold myself accountable for what part I played. Now, that's all I can hold myself accountable for because your actions is not my problem, but my actions are. And then the solution that I have to come up with is being accountable. And what I teach my daughter is the best apology is change. So if I do disrespect somebody and go across their boundaries, then if I'm going to apologize, that means that I'm coming with the change behavior behind that apology.
I
That's
love it.
true growth.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I love it.
Mhm.
And for those of you that are live watching this, write that down. If you're watching this after it's replayed and aired on
We'll write
Thursday,
it up.
still write it down. And still
Yes,
write that down.
ma'am.
Okay. Rewind it and write that down. All right. Let's see. I think, we've definitely got a lot of insights on you this evening. I sound like Dracula in my head when I said
Did.
this evening. Ha ha ha. So, okay. Ooh, this is going to be my last question because I
Okay.
feel like, we don't want this to be entirely too long. So, if you could sit across from every version of yourself, the child, the mother, the woman who was hurting, the woman who was struggling with sobriety, the advocate, Aunty Donna, and the woman that is sitting here with us today, which one of them would you hug first? And what would you tell her?
I will hug the child version of me, and I will hug her and I will tell her that it was never your fault. Yeah. Yes,
I love
ma'am.
that.
I
I
would.
love that.
I was
And
sure
with
enough
that,
hug that Don Deacon, honey. Come here, girl. And put her in a
okay,
big old hug, put her on my lap and hug her and say it was never your fault, baby. Never.
I love it. I love it. So with that, I want to say Ashe and thank you so, so, so much for allowing us to get to know you in this episode outside of what you're already sharing on the interwebs and
On the
everything.
interwebs, on that
Yes, on the interwebs.
that www.
Yes, it's amazing to see your growth, to see your
Thank you.
introspection and the reflection that you have. I love that you did not do any deflecting during this section
Thank
because a lot of people do that shit. So
you.
it's good to see it because it really does show that we have the ability to examine ourselves at every level.
Hmm.
Okay. Continue to heal out loud as beautifully as you
Thank
are.
you.
And
Thank you. Thank
because
you.
and because we are sister friends, I get to see you off camera. So continue to heal just as beautiful off camera as you do on camera. Cause like y'all would listen. It is amazing to watch her work and walk in her goddess, her light. I get to experience it. I get to share my light with her as she shares hers with me, and it's amazing. So y'all
Thank
keep
you.
tuning into this because when I tell you that we're gonna talk about some things,
Oh
we're
yeah.
not gonna leave any stone unturned. And our conversations they do just show up.
And be random. Let me ask you something. Whenever I start with that, it's about to be something. Let me ask you
I'd be
something.
like, ah, shit. I'd be like, go ahead. Look. Let me hold my hair down. Go ahead. So we love you. This is and has been and will continue to be Aunties After Dark. I am
Yes.
Noir Tat.
And of course, you already know who I am. And until next time, tea time, we'll see you later.
We'll see you later.
Okay,